Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Alter Ego Report. I'm John Griffin.
I'm Lynn.
Today we get to talk about Transformers The Last Knight. And before we get too much into this review, I do want to preface it a little bit. This is my least anticipated movie of the year.
It was mine as well.
I also wanted to give this movie a fair shake. I kind of knew what to expect going in, so I did not read any reviews. I have no idea what its score on Rotten Tomatoes is. I wanted to give it a fair and honest shake. This is bad.
It's really bad.
This is bad. So this is the fifth movie in the Transformers franchise. It's once again directed by Michael Bay. We bring back Mark Wahlberg's character, Cade Yeager. Anthony Hopkins plays a character known as a guardian of the secret of King Arthur, essentially, right?
Yep. There's Izabela Moner.
Izabela Moner
who is the little girl from the trailer we have all seen over and over and over again.
She's essentially a little Mark Wahlberg, right? Like a little Latina Mark Wahlberg female.
Yeah.
They're kind of the same
Pretty
character.
much the same character.
And then there's Laura Haddock, I believe her name is.
Who is the love interest.
She plays a character who is the last living descendant of Merlin. Mm-hmm. And that the whole conceit of this movie is that everything you've heard from Arthurian lore regarding Merlin, King Arthur, dragons.
It's all real.
It's all real, and it's all Transformers.
Yeah.
Right? Did I get that right?
Well, no, they aren't all Transformers.
Well,
they are fighting alongside Transformers.
Right. There's knights of Transformers that fight along King Arthur and give him these little talismans that I guess give him a little extra power, from what I could gather.
Yep. So,
essentially, everybody's after the staff of Merlin.
Yes.
Right?
Because it has the power, the staff has the power to drain Earth and give all of its life to Cybertron.
Oh, that's right.
And bring Cybertron back to life.
Yes, because at the end of the last movie, Optimus Prime flew off to Cybertron to meet his maker.
Which he does.
In this movie. And then she puts a little voodoo on his head, turns him bad, and then so...
That whole scene, by the way, was ridiculous.
Cybertron is going... She's bringing Cybertron and Optimus to Earth. Which I'm pretty sure they did in the third movie. I think they were bringing Cybertron to Earth already in another movie. So they're doing it again. And they're going to drain the essence of Earth and the power of Earth to rebuild Cybertron. Right. So you have all these different groups converging on the staff of Merlin.
To prevent that from happening or to make that happen, whichever side you're on.
It's a powerful thing and everybody wants it. Let's just talk about...
The pros. Let's talk about the pros. The first scene was interesting. It was cool.
Okay, the first 5 minutes, when you're introduced to... There's a little opening battle between... in England... between the Knights and the Saxon army. That's done pretty well. And then you meet Merlin, and then he's...
a drunk.
And then it's all downhill from there. The CG is good?
CG is good.
The special effects are okay?
Unfortunately, now we have to start with the cons, because it was good CG.
That's the rest of the movie.
It was good CG. All the Transformers looked great. All the fight scenes were great. You couldn't tell what was happening in the fight scenes. Because it's all this up close. Oh, I see an arm. Oh, there's an eye. A leg. You couldn't tell what was happening.
No, Michael Bay has no idea how to frame...
Yeah, these fantastic giant robot fight scenes, and you saw, pieces of it.
Yeah, you have an 80-foot Optimus Prime, fighting 8 other 80-foot guys, and he has a close-up frame when you just back it up, let me see what's going on, and maybe I can enjoy this. He doesn't do that, but that's all the Transformers movies have been that way. They've been shot that way, and they're all look the same.
Yeah.
The editing, neither one of us have gone to film school. We are pretty oblivious sometimes with some of the technical aspects of a movie.
But this was very clear.
If we can tell just how bad and sloppy your movie is crammed together, it's not good.
You would literally be sitting there watching it and then go, oh, where did that person come from? They weren't in the scene at all.
No.
Oh, Where'd Optimus Prime go?
Random.
Like, why is he here? He disappears like 3 times in the movie and magically shows up when he should have been there the whole time. And you're like, what is going on? Where did he go? Why did he disappear?
We'll keep this spoiler free, but there's a scene where Mark Wahlberg's character and Bumblebee and Optimus Prime are on top of a spaceship, and they all say, we're going to go down here. And they cut, and then they're down there. Mark Wahlberg's there. And nobody else is there. He's talking to other humans going,
they'll be here.
Don't worry, they're coming. And then all of a sudden, the character we met in the first act that we hadn't seen since comes running across the field with all the Transformers running with him. I found Optimus. No, you didn't. He was right there.
We were supposed to be all together.
He was already there. Where did he... What... How did Optimus get lost?
Unless we missed something, they did not edit that well enough for you to understand what was going on when. And that wasn't the only instance. It happened a lot.
And then I want to complain about the story and the narrative, but there is none. There's no story. It's not a movie. I'm sorry if this review is a little disjointed because we're trying to review a disjointed
movie.
It's just random scenes sloppily put together.
That could have had at least an hour taken off of it.
How often do you say an hour could be shaved off this movie?
Like, there were so many pointless scenes.
Which goes into the dialogue. Because that's going to transfer right into how bad this dialogue is. There are 4 or 5 scenes that last maybe 5-10 minutes each between Mark Wahlberg's character and Laura Haddock's character where they talk and say nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. That
happens between Anthony Hopkins' character and his Transformer butler.
It's just too
much.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins has like a snooty...
His character was so bad.
How often do I say Anthony Hopkins is bad in a movie?
No, Anthony Hopkins was not bad in this movie. He played the part he was supposed to play.
He is, but yeah, it's not his fault.
The character is bad.
He has a little snooty British butler robot named Cogsman. Or isn't it Cogman?
I don't know.
It's no good. This is just bad. I don't know what to say to this movie. Let's put it this way: if you thought the racist robots from Revenge of the Fallen were bad,
they're back in their worst.
This is overtly racist robots.
Yeah,
I don't understand. And there's one in particular. No, there's several.
There's several.
It's just silly scene after silly scene, and I don't know what to say. Len, there's a scene in this movie where who's the bad guy? Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
He negotiates the release of all these bad
his bad friends.
And now that we're filming this, I'm blanking. He negotiates the release of the Decepticons out in the middle of the desert with like CIA people.
They're lawyers.
It's just the worst. It's just so bad.
It was bad.
John Turturro's back.
Unnecessarily.
Agent Simmons is back.
Turturro's back, who was unneeded. Moner does a great job with her character. Unneeded.
She's good, but her character, who I thought was going to be a main character, really.
All these trailers that they put out about her, she's in it maybe 15 minutes. If
you removed her completely, she does nothing.
She does nothing.
They set up stuff for her to do, and then she never does anything.
Maybe they're writing her up for future movies.
I don't know. The only thing that she was required is we had to meet her robot. Her little robot friend that ended up
the one that did
doing something towards the end of the movie.
But she did a great job.
Let's see. What else bad can we say? I didn't like the score. It's one of those self-important, self-grandizing scores that tries to make every scene feel like this got this epic weight to it.
Yeah, nothing was happening.
And it's just like Mark Wahlberg sitting in a chair talking to this.
I don't know if it was that bad, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
All right, so I think we've covered everything. There is more to cover. There's more bad things to say about this movie, but in all honesty, it's late and I'm tired and I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. It's that bad.
Fair enough.
It's not only the worst Transformers movie. It's the worst Michael Bay movie. Can I say that? It's worse than Bad Boys 2.
It's pretty bad. It is.
So, Len, give me your final thoughts and give them the score so we can stop this talking about this silly movie.
This movie was so bad, you should not watch it in theaters. You should not watch it on the Red Box. Don't rent it or anything like that. It's not good. If it's on TV for free, change the channel. It's not good.
Read a book.
I give it a 1 out of 10. I give it a 1 because the actors were good in it for what they were supposed to be doing. They did a good job.
Yeah. I'll give it a 2 for the Elizabeth Moner. She might have a...
Isabela.
She is... Oh, thank you. Isabela Moner. She's not bad.
No. None of the characters are bad.
And
none of the actors are bad.
I'll give the special effects another point.
Okay.
And I'm going to deduct 3 points because they keep telling me that Mark Wahlberg is from Texas and he never changes his little Southside Boston accent even a little bit.
I think he's trying.
He's not.
Maybe.
He's not. And I like Mark Wahlberg. He is completely given up on this movie. So, you give it a 1?
Give it a 1.
I'll give it a 2 out of 10. Now, I think we can stop talking about this movie and never mention it again.
But if you did see this movie, let us know what you thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe.
And if you want to check out more in-depth reviews on video games, comic books, and movies, head on over to the website ultraegoreport.com.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.